Etsy is so oversaturated. Why would you consider trying to make that kind of field? There's so many people on the working at all. Like, it's way too late for you. That's why you're deciding to use this tool.
Yeah, don't listen to those voices. I get it, okay? It's intimidating. It's can be overwhelming sometimes. A lot of people say that it's oversaturated. Reddit will tell you that it's oversaturated. You're never gonna make anything of yourselves. They're just jealous, okay? I know that selling on Etsy, specifically pod and digital products, has been something that has been around for a very long time, and a lot of people have gotten into it, and it has become oversaturated. Does that mean that you can't make any money? No, it doesn't. And I'm living proof that that's true, because I just started my Etsy store a month ago and I've already reached 10 sales. Am I rolling in dough? No, I'm not. The fact that this market is oversaturated right now just means that you have to put in more work. But can you make passive income from this? Can you make money while you sleep? Can you leave your 9 to 5? Yes, you can. And today, I'm going to tell you how. Welcome to the Profit Playground, a channel where we discuss all things making money online and leaving that 9 to 5 behind for good. Today, I'm going to break down what's real, what's hype, and how you can actually set yourself up for success with Etsy. First of all, let's discuss what passive income is with Etsy and what it's not. So if you're like me, you're probably watching this video because you want to find a way to make passive income and leave your real people job behind and be able to live life the way you want to. But let me just set the record straight on what passive income is. I think there is a huge misconception that's very common with people that watch these type of videos and watch other YouTube gurus that talk about selling on Etsy online, that passive income is a set it and forget it kind of thing. That is absolutely not the case. We are living in a world, unless you started this back during the boom when everybody was sitting online and had nothing better to do other than just sit at home and be online, you can't just set it and forget it. You have to put in hard work before you see money and you see monetary gain, and you can get to the point to where you can quit your job and live off this kind of income. Essentially, digital products can become passive and they can give you results such as this or that, but it's not going to be overnight. First and foremost, let's talk about what types of digital products work best in 2025 specifically. This is summer 2025 and we're still rocking and rolling, right? We're in a slow season and I'm still making sales, and my store started barely 2 months ago. The type of products that you can sell on Etsy have changed, or at least the type of products that are popular to sell on Etsy have changed. The products that still have strong demand on Etsy include seamless patterns, clip art and design assets, printables, think like journals, planners, trackers, things like that, and a lot of templatizing. So templates on Canva, or digital products, AI enhanced bundles, things like that. I do think that it's cool to be creative in these kinds of spaces. For instance, if you're thinking about seamless patterns, instead of marketing it as just a digital seamless pattern, market as an actual scrapbook paper that people can print off and use in their scrapbook journals. If you're using clip art bundles, market it as ephemera for a junk journal. Get into these different niches to see what works best with your particular products and what doesn't. But overall, these things are still trending. They're still super popular on Etsy and they're still selling. The next thing that I want to talk about when it comes to selling digital products on Etsy is the work you have to do and the work you have to put in first before you can sit back and relax. There is a lot of work that goes into creating products. It's not just I'm going to draw a cute bunny, throw it online, and sell a bunch of stickers of it. No, that's not how it works anymore. You have to do a lot of research. I talk about this in all of my videos, but research is the most important part of selling digital products on Etsy. you're not going to sell unless it's something that people want to buy. And you have to have strong results from other sellers on Etsy that support the thing that you want to sell. It may not be something that you're passionate about. For instance, I'm very passionate about reptiles. I have 2 snakes. Am I sitting here making clip art of snakes all the time? No, because people aren't buying that. But yes, research is super, super important. If you don't spend a lot of time doing the research for these kinds of things, then you won't be successful. To do research for selling on Etsy, the 2 most popular tools and tools that I personally use with my Etsy store are Everbee and Erank. Both of them have their pros and cons. I use both. I don't just choose one. I think they're both very powerful tools. If you are interested in using them, I have affiliate links below, but they do have free plans, so feel free to use those if you're just getting started on your journey. Some of the other work that you have to do is the actual design process. Again, this is not just I'm going to draw a cute bunny and then be on my way. Once you have your product or your niche in mind, the design process also takes a lot of time. Even if you're using something like AI, which I do a lot of. If you're using Midjourney, then you probably know that you're not going to get the perfect rendition of what you're looking for the first try. You have to carefully sculpt your prompt to be exactly what you're thinking of. And that's a lot of how I do my design process. Once I've discovered the niche or the product that I want to be in, I'll actually envision the thing in my head and ask Midjourney to create it using very specific detailed prompts. And it'll probably take a couple of tries before you get it right. Once you have your specific prompt, you are probably going to want different variations of it, because a lot of digital products online are now sold in bundles of 100, 200, 300, and AI makes this a lot easier to do rather than hand-drawn. But you have to be very specific and patient with your different variations. Some of the other work that you have to do is you actually have to do optimization for platforms. You need to spend the time to optimize your listing as best you can. And sometimes this consists of putting your listing out there with SEO that you've researched and a listing that you think is optimized, realizing it's not working, analyzing the trends, reanalyzing trends on Etsy, reanalyzing keywords, seeing what competitors are putting in their tags, and then uploading your listing or editing your listing to fit those keywords. It takes a lot of time. It's not just a simple tell me what to put in this and then it works. No, that's not how it works. And then of course, part of the work is creating the bundles themselves. Creating the designs isn't necessarily the thing that takes the most time. It's putting them together. It's creating mock-ups. It's creating listing photos, creating videos. There's a lot that goes into creating digital products and adding value to your listing. You can't just put the picture of what you created on there and expect people to click on it and just buy it. You need to draw people in. It takes a lot of time. It's a lot of work. All right, so now that we've talked about the work that you have to put in, let's talk about how much money you will actually make. I'm gonna break it to you. I'm gonna be the bad guy. I know all the other YouTube gurus out here are gonna say otherwise, but you probably will not make $1,000 your first month. You probably won't make $100 your first month. You probably won't make $10 your first month. I know. Hear me out. The first few months of your Etsy store are very crucial. I think going through the first few months of putting your products online on your Etsy store and dealing with the fact that you aren't seeing instant growth is the most important and the most crucial part of your passive income journey, because a lot of people are going to throw their listings online on Etsy, expect immediate growth, and look to quit their jobs within that month. That's just not the case. It takes time to generate a store that people are going to come back to, a store that is going to consistently rank at the top of searches, a store that has multiple listings so that people that are interested in one thing might see something else you sell and go, hey, I want that too. It takes time. My first month on Etsy, I made a grand total of... Okay, sorry, I changed the lighting because it is just really bright and I'm sunburned right now, so I just don't need all that in my face. My first month on Etsy, I made a total, let me pull it up. I made a total of $4.46. In comparison to that, I made a video discussing exactly how much I spent to start my Etsy store, and it ended up being $250. I spent $250 to make $4 my first month. That's a little heartbreaking, and to a lot of those that may be new, it may be very intimidating and overwhelming to see such a low number for what feels like a bunch of effort that you put in. However, I was able to turn that $4 into $8 the next month, and then double it the next. I fully expect growth to continue. Do I think I'm going to be a millionaire by the end of the year? No. Do I think that I'm going to make this much money a month like this Etsy seller in my same niche does? No. But will I next year? Maybe. But I have to be consistent with it. And the reason that I say this is the most crucial part of your Etsy journey is the beginning stages of opening your store, is if you can get over the psychological aspects of not making a bunch of money immediately, then you'll be okay for future revenues. You'll be able to overcome burnout. You'll be able to overcome bad reviews. You will control your psyche and your mentality when it comes to owning a business. And that, in every single avenue of money that I use to make money online, that is the single most important thing I've found. The single most important thing in any passive income, in any revenue generating stream online. The most important aspect is maintaining a good mentality and controlling your psychology. Now that we've talked about the fact that you can be successful with your Etsy store, let's talk about what makes you not successful with your Etsy store. These are a lot of unpopular opinions, I guess you would say. I don't know if it's necessarily an opinion, but these are things that may be controversial to what other YouTube gurus might tell you. Number one is you do not have to list 100 products to make your first sale to be successful. I want to emphasize that the quality of your listings and having intentional products is more important than uploading 5 listings a day or uploading 100 listings in your first month. The reason why a lot of gurus will talk about uploading as many listings as you can is because the more listings you have, I have one listing right now that makes at least 2 sales a week. I know that's not much, and I only make like $2 a sale, but it makes two sales a week. Those 2 sales at $2 a week, that's $4 a week. Now imagine if I had 100 other listings that had 2 sales a week. Well, now I'm making $400 a week. You see what I mean? But the reason why I don't think that you should upload 100 listings within your first month is because of burnout. Only upload as much as you can, as much as you're willing to, and make sure that you focus on quality over quantity. Otherwise, if you just throw out slop and you don't think about what you're actually throwing out there, you're gonna spend $20 on listings a month and make nothing back because they're not good listings. And you're gonna get burnt out and you're gonna quit your store and you're gonna forget about it. And a year down the road, you're gonna be like, damn, remember I made that Etsy store and then I didn't make any money off of it? I'm speaking from experience. The second thing that people get wrong is copying without doing research. I said this in one of my other videos when we made our own listing together. I do a lot of research on what my competitors are selling. Competitors in my niche, in my product category, I do a lot of research on them. I will specifically look at listings that are doing really, really well in their store, especially if they're listings that they just uploaded a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and they're already getting a lot of sales. But I don't copy them. I use them as inspiration to make my own designs. I mean, think about it. All of the trends that are out there right now on Etsy, they started with one person coming up with an idea, you know? And that one person is probably making a lot more sales than the other 100 people that are copying their exact listing almost identically. So in conclusion, can you make passive income on Etsy in 2025? Yes, but with a lot of front-loaded work. Passive income is real. It's not going away. And despite what a lot of other people say online, there is plenty of opportunity for everybody to make money online right now. It is 2025. I say this in almost every one of my videos, but it is 2025 right now. If you're not making money online, what are you doing? Even if you have like a stable 9 to 5 salaried job where you make 6 figures, like you can still make passive money online. It can be a side hustle, it can be supplementary income, it can be a lot of things, but it's gonna take a lot of work to get there. Unfortunately, this has become a very popular topic over the past couple of years and has become oversaturated, but if you stand out among the crowd, you can make an income off of this and leave your job for good. If you're serious about making money online and selling digital products through your Etsy store, make sure to subscribe, comment, like, all those things. It does help with the algorithm. We are a new channel, so I do sincerely appreciate all the help you can give us. I'm sharing everything I learn in real time. This is my first time selling digital products, so I'm just sharing my journey with y'all. But yeah, I do also have a couple of affiliate links down in the description box that do truly help me make money online. If you're interested in any of these products, they do typically have free plans in case you're just looking around, but if you do sign up for them, I have affiliate links. You know the deal. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you want to see next. I have a lot of ideas for this channel, but I appreciate you sticking it out through the end, and I will see you soon. Peace.